college football playoff is finally here. We've arrived. It's a big opportunity for all these teams. We've did a video a couple weeks ago about should this have been the field, shouldn't have been the field. We gave our preliminary picks, but now we start tonight. Starts at Alabama and Oklahoma. Let's get the first round action going and then take us through. So, Chris, we're making it easy this week. We're just going to go game by game. We'll pick them all. All right, we're going to pick them all. All right, yep. So we'll start in the first round. The number 9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, travel to Norman to take on the Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma did defeat Alabama in Tuscaloosa earlier this year. Brent Venables, head coach at Oklahoma, 2-0 against Kalen DeBoer and the Crimson Tide since joining the SEC. Chris, who do you got, Bama or OU?
Give me Oklahoma.
Really? Any insight on that?
Nope.
All right, we're taking the Sooners at home. Home team has never lost a game since they went to home sites. They were undefeated last year. Chris, riding with them here.
I do think that actually is going to be a huge thing that, I kind of keep forgetting with these games is they're not neutral site.
Yep. Friday night game could be very interesting. College game day will be there for the Friday night game and the Saturday noon game between Texas A&M and Miami. I'm going to roll with the Tide here. I think Alabama gets the job done over Oklahoma. Why? I do not know. This is going to be a low-scoring, ugly game. Both offenses have really struggled to finish out the year, and I think Alabama slight edge offensively. I think they have more offensive upside. John Mateer, ever since he got injured, has not been the same quarterback as he was before the season. So I'm going to ride with the Tide here to knock off Oklahoma. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring defensive battle. Don't really trust either of these teams, but someone has to win. All right, now we go, Chris. Big one, probably the most anticipated game because these two teams haven't played yet this year. Miami and Texas A&M. These are the two teams that beat Notre Dame this year that kind of helped leave Notre Dame out. So, Chris, the game in College Station, Johnny Manziel is going to be there as Texas A&M battles Miami. Who do you like?
Give me Miami.
All right, you're taking the Hurricanes to knock off the
Aggies.
I
like, Ed Reed, great safety.
Yeah.
Really excited for that defense.
That the only one you want to talk about from Miami?
Cam Ward, great quarterback.
Yeah. Ray Lewis,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Michael Irvin.
Great squad down there. In a real sense, if you're new to the channel, I do not know college like Adam. So I am more of a talking point for Adam to pretend like I can bounce it is. I am making picks, though. I am picking Miami.
Yeah,
in real sense.
I figure I was going to let you pick. Shout out Sean Taylor. Do want to get that out there. Sean Taylor, great player. We're named great Miami players. He's one of the best.
Sada flew to Miami today, and so for that reason,
taking the
Miami.
Canes.
Yes.
Carson Beck had a good year, bounce back year after being in Georgia. I'll ride with the Aggies here. I think Texas A&M gets the job done. I like Mike Elko. I think that's where I'll give the edge. I take Mike Elko over Mario Cristobal. All right, Chris. Tulane travels to Ole Miss to take on the Rebels without Lane Kiffin. Chris, you taking the green wave here, but big green wave guy. Would love to see you take the green wave. What are you going with?
Sure. My stepsister went to Tulane. We will go with Tulane. My friend currently goes there. Shout out Logan as well.
All right, Chris taking the green wave. I'll ride with Ole Miss. I'll take Ole Miss. You shout out your friend. I'll shout out my friend. Emma Holtz attends Ole Miss, so good friend
also
of mine.
Also friend, but yes.
Yes. So I'll ride with Ole Miss. This one's tough for me, Chris. James Madison travels to Eugene to take on the Ducks. Now, I love James Madison's head coach, Bob Chesney, who's on his way to UCLA. I love the Dukes, big Dukes guy. But they're taking on the Ducks of Oregon. Chris, who do you got?
I have the Ducks of Oregon.
Yeah, me too. I'm taking Oregon. I want to take James Madison so bad. I just
Back when I used to watch college football when Penn State was in it, Oregon beat Penn State, and they looked good.
Yes, they did. They've beaten Penn State twice in the last 2 years. Real tough. Yeah, real tough. But I'll take the Ducks. All right, that takes us to the quarterfinals, Chris. In the Rose Bowl, I have Indiana versus Alabama. You have Indiana versus Oklahoma. Who do you think wins? As the Hoosiers never won a playoff game. They lost last year to Notre Dame.
I have... What team was this? Oh, I have Indiana.
Yeah, you have Indiana. I have Indiana as well. I don't like either of these teams moving on between Bama and Oklahoma. Don't trust their offenses. So I trust Indiana a little bit more, especially with that rest and Kurt Signetti. And Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza get the job done. Chris, have you heard the Heisman Trophy talk between Diego Pavia?
Diego Pavia wants to play with Max Crosby.
He does.
And I know Mendoza speaks Spanish to his grandparents.
Yes, he does. But Diego Pavia said, you don't let me swear on the show, but he said, F them voters for him finishing. He said all of them.
Not very quarterback-like.
Yeah, he finished second. There's a lot of people that voted him first, but he said F them all. So Diego Pavia did not take losing the Heisman well for Vanderbilt.
No, he did not. And you know what? There's a lot of run-up for Heismans that have very successful careers. He'll be okay.
Vince Young was a runner for Heisman, then won the national title. There's been a lot of great
runners. They posted
runner-ups.
all these runner-up for Heismans, and a lot of these times it's like this guy won the Heisman who was a big shot in college, but then next to him is like, well, I was going to say Deshaun Watson, but that's not a good example.
Trevor Lawrence never won the Heisman. C.J. Stroud didn't win the Heisman, and Bryce Young did. So there's a lot of guys who were right there, didn't. Lamar Jackson won it, but also lost it to Baker Mayfield. So, way there. So there's been a lot of great players that have been runner-up. So, Diego Pavia, I don't think is going to be
use his motivation.
I don't think he's going to be
also, Mendoza had a great season. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
Last year was kind of annoying. It's also interesting. This year, back to quarterbacks, but last year, the top two guys weren't quarterbacks, which was pretty surprising because usually it's either just an absurd statistical season from a receiver or running back, or most of the time a quarterback. Last year we had two. I kind of felt bad for Genti because it's like the Ohtani thing in baseball. If a guy's playing on both sides of the ball,
hard to not vote for him.
You can't not vote for him. But Genti was insane in college, so there was nothing Genti could have done more besides play defense.
We'll say I was a Genti guy about a year ago at this time. Now, my boy Travis Hunter deserves that award, baby.
I think Genti was probably better, but when you play both sides of the ball, it's really hard to say he doesn't deserve it. So
All right, Texas Tech, Oregon. We both had Oregon moving on. This game in the Orange Bowl. So this game will be in Miami. We were talking about Miami earlier. Chris, do you like you talked glowingly about Texas Tech the last time we talked college football.
I saw them play against some random team and they destroyed them. For that reason, I will pick Texas Tech.
Can we not call BYU some random team? I like BYU.
Was it? Probably. It was. I will say Oregon did beat Penn State, which should mean more, but.
Yeah, Texas Tech and Penn State. I don't even know if Texas Tech and Penn State have ever played. Can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm taking the Ducks. I think Oregon gets the job done. I like Texas Tech. It's been a great story. They haven't been really tested by a team outside of Utah and BYU. Now, they've handled those tests really well. Their only loss is to Arizona State when their backup quarterback was playing. But I think Oregon gets the job done. I think this is an Oregon team on a revenge tour. After last year losing in the first round, after being the 1 seed and undefeated, I think they're coming in with vengeance. They're well-rested, ready to go, and I think the Ducks get the job done over the Red Raiders. Now, Georgia-Ole Miss, this is another rematch. This was a shootout in Athens earlier this year, but again, Lane Kiffin not there, which is going to affect the offense of the Rebels as they take on Georgia. Kirby Smart squad playing great football, Chris, as they are the SEC champs after dominating Alabama. Who do you like in the Sugar Bowl?
Well, I actually have Georgia versus Tulane, Adam, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, you have Tulane. I forgot you didn't take Ole Miss to win this game.
But I will be taking Georgia.
Oh, you're not taking the Green Wave?
My cousin's in Georgia.
How could I persuade you?
Nope.
Do you know where the Sugar Bowl is played?
Georgia.
No.
I'm assuming Mississippi.
No. You got Tulane. But first, do you know where Tulane is?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ole Miss. Louisiana.
Yes, it's in New Orleans. It's in where the Saints play. So, and Tulane is from New Orleans. So it'd be a home game.
I know Tulane is there.
It'd be a home game for the Green Wave.
Yeah.
Not gonna matter.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking Georgia. Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking Georgia too. I'll take Georgia. The interesting thing with this game being in New Orleans, if Ole Miss gets there, is Lane Kiffin going to show up?
LSU, right?
It's right down the street. It's not a far
He should just to support his whole team.
Yeah, He's still friends with Pete Golding. I don't know how the Ole Miss athletic director would take it, but yeah, would make sense for him to show up. Last one, true road game here for me. You have Miami taking on Ohio State, which is a rematch of the 2002 national championship game. Chris, you're not a college football guy, but that is a very controversial national championship game.
Very aware of that game.
Yes, it was a questionable pass interference call on the last play of overtime.
That was 2018 Rams Saints. Different game.
Yeah, but this was the first one. It happened well before, in 2002, that Ohio State would end up winning the national title off of a questionable call. Miami would have went back-to-back national titles, but they did not. That's your matchup in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Who do you like?
I will take Ohio State.
All right. I got the Buckeyes taking on Texas A&M. A true home game for the Aggies in Texas, but I'll take the Buckeyes as well, and Ohio State to get the win. So our semifinals, Chris, you have Indiana and Texas Tech in the Peach Bowl. Phenomenal place in Atlanta, Florida. Who do you like in that one, Christopher?
Well, Adam, here's the tough thing. I really just feel like it's going to be another Big Ten team that wins this year. And you're going. I know you've liked Oregon. I think I'm more of an Indiana fan because I like that Mendoza threw that touchdown against Penn State. It looked really cool. So, and he just won the Heisman. I actually think the Heisman people never actually win that. I always feel like they come in second.
Yeah.
But give me Indiana.
Top of my head, the last Heisman Trophy winner to win the national title, I believe, was Devontae Smith.
That's a receiver.
Then it's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow won it before him. So, Joe Burrow or Devontae Smith. But Mac Jones might have finished second that year, too. So
I remember the Devontae Smith year because I used to watch Alabama growing up.
That team was so good.
Was it Jerry or was it not Jerry? It was Waddle, Devontae Smith, Mac Jones.
Yeah, Waddle got hurt.
Najee Harris, right?
Yep, Najee Harris was the running back. Yeah, Waddle got hurt. That's why Devontae started going off. So
you see, I knew that, Adam, and it was college.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I got Indiana versus Oregon. This is a rematch. Indiana actually defeated Oregon in Eugene earlier this year. I have Oregon winning the rematch in the Peach Bowl, and I'll take Oregon to go to the national championship. Now we go to the Fiesta Bowl, all the way out in Phoenix. Long trip for these two teams, Ohio State and Georgia. Rematch of a classic on New Year's Eve when C.J. Stroud took on a Georgia team that would end up. It was a great game, finished 42-41. C.J. Stroud played one of the best games I've ever seen, and Ohio State lost on a missed kick right as the clock struck midnight on the new year. For Georgia, after all that tough work to win that game 42-41, their reward was to go and beat TCU 62-7. So
I remember that year. That's when I was like, this college thing doesn't really make sense.
Hey, the semifinal games were awesome because TCU Michigan was like 52-45. Quentin Johnston went off, and then of course the national title game was not that. But who do you like here? Big matchup between the two most experienced coaches in this field with Kirby Smart and Ryan Day.
I'm going to take Ohio State.
All right, me as well. I'm taking the Buckeyes to defeat the Dogs and reach their second straight national championship. So, Chris, you've went out on a limb. You've taken number 1 versus number 2. Indiana, Ohio State. It's a rematch of the Big Ten championship that just happened.
Indiana was number 1. My bad.
Yes. Indiana's the only undefeated team in the country.
And it's going to stay that way.
All right.
Give me Indiana. I thought it was going to be a hot take by taking Indiana. Did not realize they were the 1 seed.
Yes.
I like them. I like Mendoza. I think this is like a Marcus Mariota losing type of deal where he wins the Heisman, and I just like this guy a lot, and I finally get attached to him, and then he comes in second, then I feel really bummed out.
You remember who Marcus Mariota lost to?
Jameis Winston.
Nah, he beat Jameis Winston. Who did he lose to in the national title game, Chris?
Can you tell me the team?
Ohio State. The team you have Mendoza playing. If you think this is Mariota, you have the exact same matchup in the Natty.
That proves my point so much. Oh, was it Dwayne Haskins? No, that was way later.
This was Cardell Jones.
Oh, no, we never would have gotten that.
Yeah, third straight. I wasn't asked for the quarterback. I asked him for the team because you would have had the same team if
you
finished
I thought
second.
Quarterback because I remember Jameis was that.
Nah. Yeah, he smacked Jameis because that was the battle of Heisman winners because Jameis won it the year before.
I was in Key West for that game. I remember watching it.
Oregon beat him like 52-20. It was bad.
I was a really big Mariota fan.
Yeah, so I have Ohio State, Oregon. Big Ten matchup, all Big Ten. We both have all Big Ten. Definitely not biased.
I think it's going to be a Big Ten team, but because it was Michigan, Ohio State, and I thought Penn State was going to follow it up this year.
Yeah, me too. That didn't really work out. All right, I'm taking the Buckeyes to go back-to-back. I think they're the best team in the country. That's all I got to say. I think they're the best team in the country. I think they're better than they were last year. And I think they're going to get the job done. So
I do like that they lost to Indiana. I think you do need to get punched in the face once in the regular season to then get that hunger back, and that happened to them last year against Michigan when they lost the regular season.
You remember that score in that Michigan game was 13-10. Their score in Indiana 13-10. Could work out for them.
However, I do think Ohio State was peaking at the start of the season.
Yeah, they had a Patriots problem. Their schedule did not help them out. Penn State did not help them out because Penn State plummeted. So by the time that game was played, it wasn't very big. So they've had a interesting schedule. Yeah, but I'll take the Buckeyes here. So that's going to wrap it up for our college football segment. So if you're watching the short here, thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.